Yes, welcome. So if you are new to this channel, let me introduce myself. I am Prasanna R. I'm a maths professor. So I have been running a YouTube channel for UPSC Mathematics Optional. So if you want to see my channel, you just go to YouTube and you just type it as some Prasanna UPSC. So you can see you will see my channel. So I have uploaded almost 272 videos only on UPSC, IAS, IFOS, Maths Optional, right? So if you get into the channel and if you go through the playlist, so I have uploaded linear algebra, I have finished linear algebra, I have finished complex analysis, and then PDE, ODE. So you can see vector analysis, modern algebra, and there are ODE, and there are statics and dynamics, and then complex analysis, differential calculus. So there are lots of videos, 272 videos are there, right? Yes. So today what we're going to do is we're going to discuss today's question paper, linear algebra solution. That is January 17, 2021 linear algebra solutions. So it has 5 questions and it carries 70 marks. And if you have watched my linear algebra playlist, that is this is a playlist for linear algebra. So if you have watched that playlist, you would have easily scored 70 out of 70, right?
Does
so
it look
if you have watched all the videos
With
and you
Chrome,
have practiced
ads
all
and
the problems that I have given,
everywhere.
then
Monitoring
you would have
your
scored.
browsing
And
is
there you can see
slowing
I
you
have given test also.
This is what
If you
browsing
have
on
watched
Brave
all
looks
this
like.
and you have practiced
Notice the
this, then you would have
difference?
easily scored 70 out of 70,
Brave
right?
blocks
It is very
creepy
easy.
ads and
Now we
trackers
will
for
discuss
monitoring
all
your browsing
solutions,
behavior.
right? All solutions.
So you can browse
So I'm
3
not going to detailedly discuss about the solution. I'm just going to tell some very vastly, so that if you understand if I'm assuming that you know all the concepts in linear algebra, and I'm assuming that you know you have watched linear algebra playlist, right? So based on the two assumptions, now we are going to start solutions for linear algebra 2021, right? And there is also a Telegram channel which is UPSC Max Prasanna 17, and this is a YouTube channel, and there are 5 questions and carry 70 marks, right? Yes. So I'm not going to deeply teach all the concepts. I'm just going to show the solutions. I'm just going to give some basic ideas of how to solve the equations, right? Because I have explained everything in the playlist which is comes under linear algebra. So go through that, you will be it will be easy for you to follow, right? Yes. So I can easily score 70 marks. So we can see the first question is, let M2 of R be the vector space of all 2 cross 2 matrices. Let B is equal to 1 minus 1 minus 4 4. Suppose that T is a linear transformation from M2 of R to M2 of R defined by T of A is equal to BA. Find the ranked nullity and find a matrix A which maps to null matrix. So you can see this is a problem from linear transformation. So you can see it is a linear transformation from 2 by 2 matrix to 2 by 2 matrix with the entries in real number. So they are given the transformation as T of A is equal to BA, right? So what is B? B is a fixed matrix which is 1 minus 1 minus 4 4, right? Yes. Now we need to find the matrix for T. So after finding matrix of T, we can find rank and nullity very easily. So how can you find matrix for T? We need to find the matrix of T with respect to the basis. So here they haven't talked about the basis. That means we need to take a standard basis. So standard basis for M2 of R is 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1, right? So we need to take what is the transformation? T of A is equal to BA, right? So you just take A to be this element. You will find you just take A to be equal to 1 0 0 0. So what is T of A? T of A is B into A. So B is 1 minus 1 minus 4 4 1 0 0 0. I'm just taking A to be 1 0 0 0 first, right? So just do a matrix multiplication 1 0 minus 4 0, and you need to write this matrix as a linear combination of these 4 vectors, right? That means I need to write 1 0 minus 4 0 as a linear combination of these 4 vectors. So if you wonder what's linear combination, you just go through the playlist. So I'm writing this as 1 times this vector plus 0 times this vector minus 4 times this vector plus 0 times this vector, which it turns out to be. So these are the scalars, right? 1 0 minus 4 0. So we will write that in the first column. So 1 0 minus 4 0, right? So we will write that in the first column 1 0 minus 4 0. Now what is the second element of the basis? It is 0 1 0 0. So T of A is B into A. B is a given matrix. A is here 0 1 0 0. So we have got 0 1 0 minus 4. You again write this as a linear combination of the 4 vectors in the basis. So I'm writing this as 0 into this matrix, 1 into this matrix, 0 into this matrix, plus minus 4 into this matrix. So what are the scalars here? 0 1 0 minus 4. So 0, 1, 0, minus 4, write it in second column. And again similarly you find 0, T of 0, 0, 1, 0 and T of 0, 0, 0, 1. So you will have a matrix for T, right? Now we need to find the rank and nullity. So that is a matrix representation of a linear transformation carries the same property, right? That means in order to find the rank and nullity of T, it is enough to find the rank and nullity for this matrix. So how can we find rank? We can easily find rank of a matrix, right? I'm reducing this matrix to echelon form. So I'm just using a transformation. R3 is transformed to R3 plus 4R1. R4 is transformed to R4 plus 4R2. After this transformation, we have got this matrix, and you can see there are two non-zero rows. That means rank is 2, right? So after finding rank, we can find nullity. So what is Sylvester law? Sylvester law says that rank plus nullity is equal to dimension of B, right? So what is B? B here is M2 of R. So rank is 2, dimension of M2 of R. So what is dimension of M2 of R? It is 4. Why? Because in the basis there are 4 elements, right? So number of elements in the basis is the dimension of the vector space. So therefore the dimension of M2 of R is 4. So therefore nullity of T is equal to 2, right? So you can see they have asked us to find rank and nullity of T. Find a matrix A which maps to null matrix. Now we need to find all 2 by 2 matrix that are mapped to null matrix. That means we need to find all those elements that are in null space, right? So what is null space? Null space consists of all those elements that are mapped to 0. So here we need to find all those 2 by 2 matrices that are mapped to 0, right? So we need to find A. Let us assume that A to be equal to x1, x2, x3 and x4. Now we need to find all those A which are mapped to 0. That is T of A is equal to 0. So BA is equal to 0. B is given 1 minus 1 minus 4, 4. x1, x2, x3, x4 is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Now we just make a matrix multiplication and equate. We will have a system of equations in 4 variable x1, x2, x3 and x4, which is a homogeneous system, right? So for homogeneous system, it will have either trivial solution or non-trivial solution. If the determinant is non-zero, it is non-trivial solution. If determinant is equal to 0, it is non-trivial solution. So we will write this homogeneous system, and here we already found this rank, right? Rank is 2 for this matrix, because in the linear transformation itself we have found the matrix, we have found the rank. So rank is 2. That means the number of free variable. You know how to solve a homogeneous system, right? So if you haven't, you just watch the playlist. So number of free variables is 2. Why? Because number of free variable formula is dimension minus rank. That is dimension of V minus rank. Here V is M2 of R. So dimension of M2 of R is 4. 4 minus rank. 4 minus 2. Right? That means number of free variable is 2. That means out of these 4 variables, I can assume any 2 in my own. So I'm assuming x3 to be equal to k1, x4 to be equal to k2. So we need to solve for x1 and x2 from these 2 equations. So we have x1 minus x3 is equal to 0. That means x1 is equal to x3. That means x1 is equal to k1 and x2 is equal to x4. From 2, we will have x1, x2, x3, x4 to be equal to k1, k2, k1, k2. That is all those matrices of the form k1, k1, k2, k2. When these 2 elements are same and when these 2 elements are same, then all the matrix will be mapped to 0 matrix. For example, you can see, for example, if I take, so what is our transformation? T of A is equal to BA, right? So for example, you can see, if I take A to be equal to 2, 2, 3, 3, right? That means these 2 elements has to be same and these 2 elements has to be same. So what is T of A? So T of A is B into A. What is B? 1 minus 1 minus 4, 4 into A is 2, 2, 3, 3. So which turns out to be 0, 0, 0, 0, right? So you can see 2 minus 2, 3 minus 3, minus 8 plus 8, minus 8 plus 8, right? So all those matrices of the form K1, K1, K2, K2 will be mapped to 0 matrix, right? Very easy problem. This carries 10 marks, right? Now we'll move on to second problem. So 15 marks problem. Let F be a subfield of complex numbers and T be a function from F3 to F3 defined by T of x1, x2, x3 is equal to x1 plus x2 plus 3x3, 2x1 minus x2, minus 3x1 plus x2 minus x3. What are the condition on ABC such that ABC is in null space of T? Find the nullity of T, right? So we need to find a vector that is mapped to 0, right? So what is null space? Null space consists of all those vectors in B such that T of x is equal to 0. That is all those vectors in B that are mapped to 0 vectors, right? So here we need to find all ABC such that T of ABC is equal to 0, right? We need to all those vectors which are mapped to 0. That means what are the condition on ABC such that ABC is in null space of C. So here this ABC satisfies some condition when T of ABC is equal to 0. What is the condition they are asking? I need to find the dimension of this null space, that is nullity of T, right? So we need to find null space of T. That means we need to find all ABC such that T of ABC is equal to 0. So we will find null space of T, that is T of ABC is equal to 0. So what is T of ABC? They have given T of x1, x2, x3 is equal to x1 plus x2 plus 3x3, 2x1 minus x2 minus 3x1 plus x2 minus x3, right? So that means in place of x1, x2, x3, you just replace by ABC. You will have a plus b plus 3c, 2a minus b minus 3a plus b minus c is equal to 0, 0, 0. So just equate. Again you will have a homogeneous system. Why homogeneous system? Because the RHS is 0. So how we will solve homogeneous system? First we will write that in Ax is equal to 0 form. Now we will reduce this to this matrix to row echelon form. So for that I am just using a transformation. R2 is equal to R2 minus 2 R1, R3 is equal to R3 plus 3 R1. So this will be reduced to this matrix. After that I am just naming R3 to be 3 times R3 plus 4 times R2. So therefore this system, that is this matrix is now reduced to, I am reducing this matrix now, right? So I am reducing this matrix now. So this matrix is reduced to 1, 1, 3, 0, minus 3, minus 6, 0, 0, 0, ABC, right? Now we can see rank is 2, right? So what is free variable formula? Rank minus dimension of B minus rank. So here V is F3. So F3 is of dimension 3, rank is 2. So we have only one free variable. In the previous problem we have two free variable. Here we have only one free variable. So out of these two variable A, B, C, you can assume any one to be in your own. So let us say C to be equal to K. Now we will solve for A and B. So from this we have A plus B plus 3C is equal to 0, minus 3B minus 6C is equal to 0. If I take minus 3 common, we will have B plus 2C is equal to 0, right? So we will have these two equations. You substitute C to be equal to K, then this will be B is equal to minus 2K. We just substitute B to be minus 2K, C to be equal to K. We will have A to be equal to minus K. So null space consists of A, B, C, that is minus K, minus 2K, K. If we take K common, we will have minus 1, minus 2, minus 1. So what is the dimension? It is 1, right? So dimension of null space is 1. That means nullity is equal to 1. They have asked us the condition for ABC such that it is in null space of T. The condition is these two are the condition, that is A plus B plus 2C is equal to 0 and B plus 2C is equal to 0. So these are the two conditions for ABC such that it will be in 0. Now if you solve this equation, why you may wonder why I am solving this equation. From this itself the question is over. In order to find nullity, what I am doing is I am just finding the solution space, and dimension of solution space is nothing but nullity, right? So dimension of solution space is 1. That means nullity is 1, and the condition is dimension of null space is called nullity. Nullity is 1, and the condition for ABC is A plus B plus 3C is equal to 0, B plus 2C is equal to 0. The third question is 15 mark question, very elementary problem. They are given A to be 102, 2 minus 1, 3, 4, 1, 8, and they are given B to be equal to minus 11, 2, 2, minus 4, 0, 1, 6, minus 1, minus 1. They have asked us to find AB, find determinant of A and determinant of B, solve the following system of linear equations. So it's a very elementary, I am just skipping this. So A into B, you just make a product, you will get ID matrix. Find determinant of A, you will get 1. Find determinant of B, you will get 1. Now we will solve this equation, right? I'll attach this PDF in the description. Determinant of A is 1, determinant of B is 1, and we need to solve the system of equations. So you can see this is a non-homogeneous system. Why? Because the output vector is non-zero vector. So therefore we will write this in Ax is equal to B form, right? Ax is equal to B, and what is A? It is 102, 2 minus 1, 3, 4, 1, 8 into unknowns is x, y, z, and our B is 3, 0, 14. So I'm going to solve this using Gaussian elimination method, right? I always prefer this method. So Gaussian elimination method. So we need to form augmented matrix AB. Now reduce the augmented matrix to row echelon form. So what is row echelon form? I'm just using these two transformation, and you can see that rank of A is both rank of A and rank of A comma B both equal to 3. So what is rank? Rank is total number of non-zero rows. So if you look at this matrix alone, there are 3 non-zero rows. If you look at the entire matrix, there are again 3 non-zero rows. So that means it has unique solution. If both equal to 2 or both equal to 1, it will be infinite many solution. If rank of A and rank of A comma B are not equal, it will have no solution. That means it has unique solution. Now write this matrix in Ax equal to B form, and you just backward just multiply this. So we'll have x plus 2z is equal to 3 minus y minus z is equal to minus 6 minus z is equal to minus 4, and by backward substitution find z, y and x. So the answer for this question is x is equal to minus 5, y to be equal to 2, z is equal to 4. You can also verify that by plugging x, y, z value in the question. You can verify your answer. For example, x plus 2z is equal to 3, we have got x to be equal to minus 5, z to be equal to 4. So you will have minus 4 plus 8, sorry, minus 5 plus 8, which is 3. So therefore our solution is correct, right? So fourth question is 20 marks. So this is a very elementary question. They are given and define an n-cross-n matrix as A is equal to I minus 2 u into u transpose, where u is a unit column vector, right? So u is a unit column vector. That means unit column vector means when you multiply, when you make a dot product with itself, you will get 1 as an answer. For example, 1 0 0. This is the unit column vector, because if you make a dot product with itself, this is 1 plus 0 plus 0. This will be 1, right? Just a normal dot product. This is a unit column. This is a unit column vector, right? 1 into 1 plus 0 into 0 plus 0 into 0. Again, you can see this is also unit column vector. Why? If you make a dot product with itself, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, what will be the answer? It will be 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9, which is 9 by 9, which is 1. So if you make a dot product with itself, it will be 1, right? So u is a unit column vector. Examine if A is symmetric, examine if A is orthogonal, and show that trace of A is n minus 2. Find a 3 cross 3 matrix A when u is equal to 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, right? So we will go on one by one. So first we need to examine whether A is symmetric or not, right? So first we need to examine whether A is symmetric or not. What is A? A is I minus 2 into u transpose. U is a unit column vector. Now we will examine whether it is symmetric. So when A will be symmetric, if A, we will find A transpose. If this is equal to A, then we can say A is symmetric. If it is not equal to A, we cannot say A is symmetric, right? So I'm just finding A transpose. What is A? They are given the question I minus 2u u transpose whole transpose. So we know the property that A plus or minus B transpose is equal to A transpose plus B transpose, and AB whole transpose is equal to B transpose A transpose, and A transpose whole transpose is equal to A. So just make use of these three properties here. So I transpose minus 2 u transpose transpose. So AB transpose is B transpose A transpose. Therefore U transpose into U transpose. U transpose is again U. So we have got again A again. So we have started with A transpose, we have ended with A again. That means A is symmetric, right? So therefore A is symmetric is correct. Now we will check whether A is orthogonal or not. So for orthogonal, we need to check whether A into A transpose is equal to I, right? So we will check this. So what is A into A transpose? So I can write A transpose to be equal to A, because A is symmetric, which we proved in the first, right? So this is A square. So we will find A square, and if it is equal to I, then it will be orthogonal. So what is A? I minus 2u u transpose whole square. So you expand in A minus B whole square formula. So it will be A square minus 2ab plus B square. So this will be u into u transpose plus 4u u transpose. Now we can see this is not correct. Now we can see I can write u into u as u square, right? U into u as u square, and I can write u square to be equal to 1, because u is a unit column vector. That is, if you make a dot product with itself, you will have 1. That is, u square is equal to 1, right? So that means u square is equal to 1. So this will be minus 4u u transpose plus 4u u transpose, right? So therefore this will be these two will get vanished, right? These two will get vanished. Yes, this will get vanished. So we will get this to be equal to I, right? or you can also use some other method to cancel these two terms, right? Yes. So we have yes. So these two will get cancelled, so we have only I, right? Yes. So again U is orthogonal, right? U transpose into U is equal to 1. So again is U is unit column vector, right? It will satisfy this condition, that is U transpose U is equal to 1. So instead of U transpose into U, I can write 1. So we will have minus 4U transpose plus 4U U transpose. These two will get cancelled, so we will have only I, right? So if U is a unit column vector, U square is equal to 1 and U transpose U is equal to 1. So these two are very important property when U is a unit column vector, right? For example, you can just verify, you just take A to be equal to 1 0 0, you just see whether these two conditions are satisfied. So therefore we have got A into A transpose to be equal to I, that means A is orthogonal, right? So we have proved it is orthogonal. Now we need to show trace of A is n minus 2. So what is A? A is I minus 2U U transpose. Let us, I'm just taking A to be a unit column vector, right? That means when you make a dot product itself, that is x1 square plus x2 square dot up to xn square is equal to 1, right? That is, if you make a dot product itself, you will get 1. So what is the dot product of this into this? This is nothing but x1 square plus x2 square dot up to xn square is equal to 1. So this is a very important property, right? Yes. Now U is unit column vector and I is a ID matrix. So since it is n cross n matrix, I am taking a n cross n ID matrix and 2 U transpose. So I'm assuming U to be x1 x2 dot up to xn, x1 x2 dot up to xn, right? Yes. Now we just multiply. This is a how many rows here? So we have n rows, 1 column. Here we have 1 row, n columns. So if you make a multiplication, we will have n by n matrix, right? Because 1 1. So how we will multiply? So you just take x1 and multiply with all the terms. So x1 is x1 square, x1 x2 dot up to x1 xn, and you just take x2 x1 x2 square up to xn, right? Now you just multiply 2 inside and you just subtract this, you will have this matrix, right? That is 1 minus 2 x1 square minus 2 x1 x2 dot minus 2 x1 x1. So just subtract the matrix. Now we need to show trace of A is n minus 2. What is trace? Trace is nothing but sum of diagonal element. So you need to sum all the diagonal elements, right? So you can see how many ones we will have. We will have n ones, right? N ones. Suppose if you have a 2 by 2 matrix, we will have 2 ones. If you have a 3 by 3 matrix, when summing up, we will have 3 ones, right? So when you sum up these two matrix alone, we will have 2, right? So if you have n by n matrix, how many ones we will have? We will have n ones. So when you sum up, we will have n, right? N minus 2 times. So here it is x1 square, x2 square dot up to xn square. So if the sum of diagonal element will be n minus 2 times summation xn square. So what is summation xn square? It is x1 square plus x2 square dot up to xn square, which is equal to 1 because U is a unit column vector. So that means this will satisfy this condition, right? So therefore I can write this as, so n minus 2 into this will be 1. So we will have n minus 2, right? This is the one we need to show. Now fourth is very elementary. Now what they have asked is find a 3 by 3 matrix A when U is equal to 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, right? So we need to find A when U is equal to 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. So I'm just going to let you exercise. So U is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. We need to find A. So A is I minus 2U U transpose. I is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 minus 2 times U is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. U transposes, you just write this in row form. So just multiply, you just take 1 by 3, multiply with all the numbers, you will have first row. Take 2 by 3, multiply with all the element here, you will have second row. And you just multiply 2 inside and subtract this 3 by 3 matrix, you will get the answer, right? Yes. Now we'll move on to the fifth question, that is last question. So consider the set of all n, consider the set B of n by n real magic square. That is, B is set of all magic square, right? N by n magic square, and our field is real number. We need to show it is a vector space, right? So if you have watched the second video, that is, if you have watched the second video, you would have known the definition of vector space, right? You can easily solve this problem in your own. the second video itself I have explained the definition of vector space. So if you have watched that video, you would have seen the definition of vector space, right? So first I have explained what is in the abelian group, and then I have explained the definition of vector space, right? So we will once again go through the definition of vector space. You can see I have explained field, and then I would have explained vector space, right? So you can see this B has to be
space over F.
So you can see let us B be an abelian group and F be a field.
There are also
define
lots of
a function.
field,
So
but the
just
standard
go through
example
this.
for field
So
is the
now
real
what I will
number
do is
and the
I'll
complex
again
numbers.
quote the definition of
in
vector
the
space,
field
right?
here,
Now again I'll quote the definition of vector space. So where it is here, right? So vector space means let B be a non-empty set, right? B be a non-empty set. So we have a non-empty set and F be any field, right? So first this B has to be an abelian group under addition, and B and F together satisfies these four conditions. Then we say this B is a vector space, right? So this B has to be an abelian group under addition, and B and F together has to satisfy these four conditions, right? Yes. Now first, what is B here? B is the set of all magic square. What is magic square? If sum of each row, sum of each column, and sum of each diagonal is equal to 1, then that will be, sorry, if it is both all are same, the sum of each row and sum of each column and sum of diagonal, if all are same, that will be a magic square. So first we show that the set of all magic square is a abelian group with respect to addition, because B is set of all magic square of n. So we need to show these five conditions. So we need to show B plus is abelian group, that is set of all magic square is an abelian group. For that, so I'm just taking 3 element in magic square x, y, z, and taking 2 element in field, right? What is field here? It is equal to R. So what is the first condition? We need to show it is an abelian group. So for that we need to show it is closed under addition, it satisfies associative, and third is identity exists, and fourth is inverse exists, and fifth is it is commutative, right? So I'll just go through very fast because it is very easy, that I already covered in a playlist, right? So you just take 2 magic square, and sum of 2 magic squares again a magic square, right? So you can see I'm taking 2 magic square and I'm proving that sum of 2 magic squares again a magic square, and it satisfies associative property, that is sum of 2 magic square plus another magic square is same as magic square plus sum of 2 magic square, that is you can interchange the brackets, right? So x is a magic square, that is xij. So how we need to add a magic square is, for example, if I have a 2 by 2 magic square 2 2 2 2, and if I have another magic square 3 3 3 3, then the sum will be defined as you need to add how we do in matrix, right? So 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5, 5, right? This is the way we define sum, that is xij plus yij. That means yij means you need to add the corresponding entries. Now we need to show it has additive additive identity. So 0 square matrix, 0 magic square is our additive identity for this vector space, right? That is 0 is there exists a 0 magic square such that x plus 0 is equal to 0 is equal to x plus x is equal to x, right? And what will be my inverse? For example, if I have 2 2 2 2, the inverse will be minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2. Then only if we add up we will have 0 magic square. That means if xij is magic square, minus xij is our inverse for magic square. Therefore inverse exists with respect to additive, and also it is commutative also. So therefore it is you can see for let x is equal to some magic square, there exists x dash such that x plus x dash is equal to x dash plus x equal to 0. What is x dash here? It is minus of xij, right? So whenever if I write that in square bracket, you need to assume that it is in magic square, right? Yes. And also it is commutative. So therefore we have showed the first condition. Now what is the 2 3 4 5? 2 3 4 5 are based on combining B and F, right? So alpha into x plus y is equal to alpha x plus alpha y, and these are the 4. So now we will go through that. So yes, so we need to show the vector space. So what is B? B is set of all magic square of order n, and F is equal to R. So I'm just taking x y from here, AB from here. So I'm just verifying the first condition, a into x plus y is equal to ax plus ay. So again it's a very elementary. So instead of x, you write xij, y to be yij, because x is in magic square. So x will be of the form some xij, y will be of the form some yij, right? So just add up those. You will get verified all four condition, right? So that's it. And they have also asked us to give two example of distinct magic squares, right? That is, they have also asked us give example for distinct 2 cross 2 magic square. So distinct 2 cross 2 magic square, right? So that means we need to find AB, we need to find x1, we need to find x2, x3, x1, x2, x3, x4, such that sum of each row, sum of each column, sum of each diagonal are same. That means x1 plus x2 is same as x3 plus x4 is same as x1 plus x3 is same as x2 plus x4 is same as x1 plus x4 is same as x2 plus x3. So when you compare x1 plus x2 is equal to x1 plus x4, this x1 will get cancelled, so we have x2 is equal to x4. Now when you compare this and this 3 will get cancelled, we will have x1 to be equal to x4, right? Now when you compare this, we need x3. Okay, when you compare this and this 2 will get, we need x3, right? Okay, we need to find x3. Where is x2? Okay, x3, x4. Yes. So when you compare this and this, so x4 will get cancelled. So we will have x3 is equal to x1, right? So that means x1 equal to x2 equal to x3 equal to x4. That means you cannot have a distinct numbers here if you need to form a magic square. In order to solve, when you solve these two equations, you will get this identity. That means x1 plus x2 is equal to same as x1 plus x3, not distinct. That means if you want to create a 2 by 2 magic square, you should always have the same entry, because x1, x2, x3, x4 are same. So we can always, you can easily give two example. You should make a same number, right? So that's it. So it's a very easy questions, 70 marks you can easily get if you have watched this playlist. And I will upload ODE solutions later today, right? So you just go through all the playlists, right? So that's it. Thank you. Goodbye.